okay, to come. So she should be here in another 10 minutes, okay, or so. I'm streaming this both live, okay, on the Facebook stream, and I'm also feeding it live on my front page. And if she comes, then we will also feed it live. Yeah, we'll feed it live. Okay, to okay. Well, that didn't work well, did it? Oh, okay. Oh, uh, I'll know better next time. I will. I will get uh, stand for the phone. Okay, so that we will have it. I thought that they had such a stand here. Okay, um, maybe I can improvise such a stand. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's as good as improvisation as I get. Okay. Uh, it is what it is. All right. My name is Herschel Daniels. I'm chairman of Friends of the African Union. We're 10 minutes away from this. Uh, and I will be back in 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So we're waiting for Betty Sutton. She's coming in for. Herschel Daniels, how can I help you? Yes, Herschel Daniels, how can I help you? I'm doing okay. I'm in about 9 minutes. I'm on the air live with the candidate for governor here in Ohio, Betty Sutton. So, uh, and so, yeah, we have one person attending the conference. David's from New York. Okay, so I appreciate your call. You can take me off the list. We're going to be represented. Excuse me. He already bought. He already told me he already bought the ticket. He paid. He paid. He paid. Yeah, I know. I know. Look. He paid the price. Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, I don't. I no. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to enjoy the conference. Okay. Because I represent the Africans in from Morocco. He's a Moroccan, okay, and I represent the Ethiopians and the others who are have served in the IDF and live in Israel. Not the transients, but those who are. Yeah, so it's an interesting situation. Yeah, we're friends of the African Union. Okay, and my organization, although we're pro-Israel, okay, the problem is the African Union is pro-Palestinian, and so we have conflicts um, in regards to that. Okay, and here in America, BDS is gaining traction. Okay, major traction, and so and so and nothing's being done to address it. Okay, okay, so yeah. So I'm in partnership with African Americans. Okay, accepted that Israelis and who are come from African state Africans. Okay, and so they accept them in my FAU. Okay, yeah, but the problem that we have is that that's not a popular view. Okay, and most Americans have no idea of the history of the real history of Judaism in North Africa and Europe and America. Remember, I'm in Cincinnati. Okay, and so yeah, so we're reform here. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah, and so when recently, what went on relative to reform was supposedly reached, but now has been breached, and so the whole idea of being able to defend Israel with African Americans is difficult. Okay, is very much difficult, and so the BDS. Well, our plan basically uses the Universal Periodic Review of the Human Rights Council and turns it on them and putting on the table that we're going to ask that a plebiscite be held. Okay, and the plebiscite in the Palestinians, okay, will prove that Palestinians don't support the two-state solution. Right now, most people got fooled in thinking that the Palestinians support the two-state solution, while Arafat was saying one thing in English and saying another thing, and so most people don't understand. They've never changed the Constitution that causes the demise, and most Americans have no idea in 1948 if they would have accepted the 47 UN declaration, they would have two-thirds of the land. So that's where uh, we fell down in education. Okay, all right, but the other part is that it has to be because have to be willing to sell the water, have to be willing to sell the electricity, and so I mean it's going to take 50 to 100 years to deprogram the two. Okay, all right. So within that, we use the Universal Periodic Review. Okay, that shows that up. So that works if we can, put together the funding. Okay, so that's what we've done. Our organization signed $30 billion worth of agreements with Fifth Third Bank, and so now we're going to reach out, okay, to some of the people, okay, in Israel to put together the public-private partnership that shows that Israel cares. Okay, and so you know, so like I said, hmm? No, go ahead. No, no, no. Yeah. Yeah, well, we put this together in the United Nations as part of the Universal Periodic Review. It'll go up in October during Africa Week. We hope to have by that time the agreement between the Asians, the Americas, and the Africans to do what we're talking about. And if we can get this in at, then it becomes a talking point. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, they Philippines and others have said, they wanted to create an association. So we're going to create a new age association based upon economic development that begets social enlightenment. Yeah, okay. So it's the use of, you remember how Durban, okay, was equated Zionism with racism. Okay, the Durban Conference on Human Rights. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, it's in the United Nations. It was bad. Okay, but the what it also did is it also authorized African Americans and people of African descent, okay, to come together. And so, the whole idea is to get Israel and supporters not to miss this time. Okay, not to miss. Okay, don't walk out this time. Okay, because like I said, BDS is gaining ground. Okay, because people don't know history here in the United States. Okay, all right, and so that's where we're. we're yeah, have a seat. We're waiting. Yeah, yeah. So the key is for Africa is okay. One, the reach out of a campaign that says this is the history. Here's the treatment of Africans. Okay, from Morocco, from Egypt, and etc. Approximately 500,000. Okay, all right. And here's the treatment of 700,000 Palestinians who said that they were going to defeat. Okay, all right, all right. Judy, go ahead, have a seat. Okay, or grab a seat. Okay, Paul will get you a seat. Okay, all right, all right. But that's a story that has to be told. If that story's not told, we're going to lose America. Yeah. Okay. All right, and so that's what I'm not expecting to hear at the conference. Okay, I'm not expecting to hear that story. No, no, David. Okay, he's the New Yorker who he turned me on. He turned me on to the conference. Okay, I'm you know right now, I'm headed to the Smart Cities Conference that we have in the next 2 days. But yeah, David's going to represent us there. Okay, he's Moroccan, okay, and Israeli, and he's headed back home next year. But he's the New Yorker. Okay. Here, let me give you my email address. I'd like to follow up on this, okay, on the conversation. And like I said, our people are Ethiopian who are in and already have served in IDF. Okay, and so we're all, yeah, our people have. I haven't. Okay, I've served in America. I'm an American veteran. Okay, but we have people in my organization who've served in IDF who are African. All right. No, I'm not going. No, David is representing our organization there. Okay. All right. All right. So Well, tell you what. Tell you what. Okay, call me back tomorrow. I'll talk to David. See if he wants to do VIP. All right. Call me back tomorrow. This time. All right.